You were protected from a fatal accident planned on a specific road. A GPS trace reveals more. Archangel Michael says, "Tonight your name is written under the divine list of those who narrowly escaped death." The coordinates were already tracked, and your steps were rerouted without your knowing. What you believed was a delay, a change in plans, or a last-minute decision was actually a heavenly interception. The GPS trace connected to your route holds something chilling. A planned accident was being synchronized with your expected presence at a certain location. Yet by the order of divine authority, your direction was shifted at the final moment. This was not luck, not coincidence. The road was set to become your final journey, but divine energy folded the universe to protect you. Surveillance caught more than just traffic that day, it captured a figure moving before you arrived, preparing a scene meant to look like an accident. You were minutes away. The one who tracked your movement believed you'd follow your usual path and fall into their trap. But something altered the equation, a divine force silenced the attempt before it could touch you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The GPS log from your vehicle reveals you suddenly changed your route without knowing why. That decision wasn't yours. That tug you felt in your chest to turn the opposite way, to stop for a coffee, to take a call, that was Archangel Michael whispering into your senses. A nearby camera shows a black van waiting near a blind turn on that specific road. The footage was later retrieved by authorities due to a separate investigation. What they didn't know was that your name was on the list of planned targets connected to that van. There's a man involved who once smiled at you like a friend. His phone's tracking history aligns with yours too perfectly. His GPS was also running, and the data shows he slowed down in the exact spot the setup was to happen. Archangel Michael says, this setup had been discussed days before. Text messages were deleted. GPS logs were wiped. But spiritual evidence holds what human eyes cannot, and heaven always watches in real time. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The accident was intended to be untraceable. A push from behind at a high speed, a loss of control at a curve, a collision that would look like a mechanical error. But your vehicle never even touched the target zone because a spiritual force delayed your movement. You may remember stalling, feeling confused, forgetting something at home. That moment of delay saved your life. A divine hesitation was placed in your timeline, buying you the seconds you needed. Not only were you spared, you were warned. A series of back-to-back obstacles before you left your home was not sabotage, it was divine redirection. You fought the delays, unaware that heaven was fighting for your soul. The angels gathered around the vehicle you were meant to enter. They stood in formation to block any demonic interference. And just when the signal was about to activate the setup, the road shifted. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Comment if you've ever had a strange urge to stop, wait, or turn, because often, those moments are divine interceptions. The man orchestrating this is known in your records. You've seen his face before, perhaps in a business circle or at a family function. His access to road maps and GPS technology is deeper than you think. Your details were shared through a device, a smart system used by those who wanted to predict your travel. This wasn't a random crime, it was digitally organized and physically designed. But his plan overlooked one thing, the spiritual firewall around you. The angels manipulated signals. Your mobile GPS temporarily disconnected. Even the lights on the road glitched momentarily, causing you to pause. That delay, though frustrating, created distance between you and the scene of planned death. Inside the vehicle you avoided, something was tampered with. A bolt was loosened. The tire pressure was managed to fail under sharp turning. Had you entered that vehicle at the time you intended, the result would have been catastrophic. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The GPS trace shows a ghost path, your original intended movement. It passes directly through a red zone marked by satellite heat imaging for strange activity. The angels saw what was unseen by the human eye. Police have now received footage they didn't know existed. A traffic signal camera malfunctioned but saved the last clip, a man in gloves walking behind the guardrail, scanning license plates. Your number was noted. Archangel Michael says, this is not the first time someone tried to cause your downfall using machines. This time it was a GPS trace. Last time it was a blocked brake line. The pattern is repeating, and now it's exposed. The message was urgent. Your prayers activated higher protection. Someone close to your energy field was silently praying for your journey that day. That vibration reached heaven and called in backup from realms beyond. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Comment if you've recently been forced into unexpected delays. There's always a reason bigger than what you see. The spiritual realm mapped this plan days before your enemies even launched it. Every step you took was monitored by divine eyes. Even your thoughts of anxiety or confusion were translated into emergency codes in the spiritual atmosphere. This is why the rain came suddenly that morning. Why traffic slowed down ahead. Why a child ran across the road in front of your car. These were all divinely timed moments to stagger your movement away from the point of destruction. The man watching the road had a drone above. The drone camera captured your make, your direction, and your travel speed. But heaven blurred your image at the last moment, causing the drone feed to disconnect. His frustration showed. He threw his device against the van floor. He didn't understand how something so perfect became disrupted. He never factored in your angelic protection. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, your journey has been preserved for something greater. The enemy knows this. That's why he attacked you through calculated design instead of direct confrontation. They couldn't confront you face to face. Your spirit is too charged. So they chose technology and timing, but heaven rules all dimensions, even digital. The GPS also recorded something strange, a circular motion your car did at a roundabout, 3 times. You were confused why. That was not confusion. That was delay by angelic interference, stalling time while danger was being neutralized. After you passed the original danger zone, a white bird crossed your path. You didn't think much of it. But that bird was not ordinary, it was a spirit messenger confirming you had cleared the energy of destruction. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Comment if you've ever felt someone was watching your movement closely. Heaven reveals all in time. Heaven sent someone to distract your enemy at the final moment. A child knocked on their window just when they were ready to activate the plan. That 7-second distraction caused the signal to miss its timing. This world is filled with attempts on the lives of those marked by light. But you are wrapped in holy fire. The setup backfired because your GPS is now spiritually encrypted. Nothing can now track your exact position without going through layers of divine coding. Your aura has been shielded. Your movement is hidden in the winds of spirit. The failed setup was just part 1. There is still a message to be delivered, and it is coming through a traceable device. Be mindful of strange messages or deliveries in the coming days. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The road you avoided has been sealed spiritually. A spiritual team cleaned the energy after your near brush with destruction. That area will no longer echo your name. You are no longer vibrationally aligned with the traps of yesterday. Your energy has shifted to higher dimensions, where roadblocks become revelations and accidents become ascensions. A divine investigation is underway. The attacker is being spiritually exposed. A mirror was turned toward him during the failed setup, and he saw a glimpse of your angelic army. It shook him. He will not try again. He's been marked by the light, and his devices are being traced by cosmic intelligence. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Comment if you've had dreams or visions of car routes, strange roads, or missed paths recently. It's all connected. Your dreams of roads and sudden turns are not mere imagination. They are spiritual previews. God has been preparing your mind to notice danger before it manifests. The one who tracked your movement is facing consequences. Their internet history has been compromised by divine technology. Files once deleted are reappearing, sent to higher authorities in silence. He tried to cover the trace with digital firewalls. But what he didn't know is that heaven invented fire before firewalls. Every trace of his involvement is now showing up in strange forms, in court files, in anonymous tips, and in camera glitches. Heaven's justice isn't always loud, but it's always complete. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You are here today because you listened to that strange inner voice. You followed the pause. You honored the feeling of turning around. That is why your name remains written in the book of the protected. Every delayed step, every blocked turn, every hesitation, it all bought you breath. You were not supposed to die on that road. You were meant to rise higher than ever before. A blessing is coming now to replace the attempt that was made. For every plan of destruction, heaven sends a miracle. The GPS failed to lead you to danger, and now it will lead you to destiny. You are being directed to a place of abundance, clarity, and divine justice. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Comment, I receive this protection, if you believe your delay was divine. Your safety was not accidental, it was written, enforced, and sealed. You may feel chills as the full truth continues to unfold. This was not just a near miss, it was a direct attack camouflaged as misfortune. The enemy hoped to rewrite your future by removing your presence from earth. But your name is protected under divine contract, and no weapon formed in shadows will ever reach you. A special angel assigned to you intercepted signals coming from the attacker's location. Each time you felt your GPS glitch, know that an angel's wing was shielding you from incoming spiritual darts. Your walk was not delayed, it was recalibrated for victory. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The person who programmed the crash believed they were smarter than fate. But fate is a servant of heaven, and heaven bows to no man's scheme. As they sat watching your movement on screen, their heart rate increased when your signal disappeared. This vanishing wasn't technical error, it was divine cloaking. Your digital identity was masked by light so strong, not even the latest devices could capture your vibration. Your GPS had no destination visible to them, but heaven knew exactly where to lead you. You drove past an area covered in spiritual smoke. What looked like fog was angelic camouflage. Even the license plate readers failed to scan your vehicle, the software glitched, then rebooted with errors. Authorities will eventually trace this back to a network of individuals tied to your past. They thought you were too disconnected to notice. But Archangel Michael says, your connection to truth is stronger than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Comment if you've ever felt invisible, hidden, or guided away from harm by something you couldn't explain. Heaven is releasing downloads into your dreams now. Soon, you'll begin to see visions of roads, turns, and locations you didn't know existed. These are not just symbols, they are flashbacks of what could have happened and how you were saved. A courtroom is forming in the spiritual realm. The evidence is being presented. Your enemies are being spiritually prosecuted, not by earthly lawyers, but by divine scribes. The same device that tracked your vehicle now tracks their confessions. They are speaking out of panic. Their messages are no longer encrypted, their voices are echoing into places they never intended. Heaven has authorized angelic exposure. This means that even if the world remains silent, the spiritual world will shout the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. There was a woman involved, she pretended to be concerned about your safety in recent days. Her words were soft, her eyes alert, but her energy was suspicious. She asked about your travel time, your usual road, even what you planned to wear that day. She was a messenger for someone else. Her duty was to confirm your route. But what she doesn't know is that the moment she spoke your name, a heavenly alert was triggered. Her betrayal has been captured in the book of exposure. Her phone now malfunctions when she tries to delete evidence. Each image she took of you is backed up in places she can't access. Heaven's surveillance is beyond earthly clouds. Archangel Michael says, this is the season where truth is not just uncovered, it is screamed from realms above. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Your walk is now under divine spotlight. You are no longer among the unaware, you are awakened. And because of this, your spirit can sense even the slightest vibration of danger. The enemy is unsettled. They are confused why their plans continue to collapse. But the truth is, your life has been marked as unreachable by darkness. Those who plotted against you will now begin to feel the reversal. Their devices will stop functioning, their software will glitch, and their cars will experience unexplained technical errors. This is not revenge, this is spiritual justice. A message has already been sent to one of them. They received it in a dream but woke up in terror. They saw a blinding light and a road they were meant to be on, but it collapsed beneath them. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Comment if you felt stronger spiritually after a strange event. Heaven is awakening your gifts. Your GPS is more than a digital tool, it is now attuned to divine patterns. You may start hearing an inner voice giving you route advice before your car even moves. Trust it. Soon, you'll receive news of someone being investigated for tampering with digital maps in your region. The dots will begin to connect. What looks like a cybercrime investigation will also expose your near assassination attempt. Keep your location settings off when not needed. Heaven already knows where you're going. But man must not always know your movement. You will feel a strange energy when you drive past that old road again. Do not be afraid, it is not danger anymore, it is a graveyard of their failed plan. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. You are stepping into a level of spiritual awareness where heaven shows you things before they even happen. From now on, every route you take is spiritually filtered. If something is misaligned with your energy, delays will happen, on purpose. The man in the van now lives with a torment he cannot describe. He hears your name in whispers when he tries to sleep. His phone rings at odd hours, but no one is on the other side. It's heaven reminding him, justice is near. You've also been selected to share this story in a way that awakens others. Your protection was not just for you, it was a message to many others walking unaware into traps. This season, angels are not silent. They are marching. And your survival is the trumpet they use. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Comment, I will not be moved, if you now understand this event was more spiritual than physical. You'll soon come across a photo, an old picture from years ago, and you'll see someone who is now revealed to be part of this plan. The photo was innocent back then, but now it feels cold. That is confirmation. The divine world is pulling back veils. You are not just safe, you are elevated. You walk differently because heaven rearranged timelines just to ensure your breath would continue today. The device used to track your movement has already been located. It's now under surveillance. The person who purchased it did so under a fake name, but even that name is being exposed by angels of truth. Soon, you will receive an unexpected visit from someone who carries clarity. What they tell you will align perfectly with what you just read. Get ready. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. You are not who they thought you were. They saw you as vulnerable. But you are armored in spirit, and no calculation can bypass the divine firewall that surrounds your soul. Archangel Michael says, your presence on earth is required for future assignments. That is why he stood between you and death on that road. That is why the GPS shifted just before the final curve. That is why your vehicle was wrapped in unseen light when you passed the van. That is why you are still breathing today. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Your life is not just a sequence of steps, it is a map etched in light. The enemy tried to reroute that divine path by hijacking your movement, but the interception failed. What they didn't expect was the shield of Archangel Michael, positioned between you and the dark curve they waited for you to reach. Heaven's warriors saw the hidden hands tweaking coordinates. They observed someone resetting street cameras to miss a crucial 7-second window, but still, your spirit was faster than their planning. The very road they plotted for your end has now become sacred ground under divine jurisdiction. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The GPS trace was supposed to erase itself after the incident. But the glitch in their system caused something even more divine, the data looped. Now, heaven has captured it and sent it back into the hands of truth seekers working in silence. This loop is like a rewind of time, and every frame shows your guardian angel stepping in. A pause before the final street. A blink in the streetlight. A delay in the vehicle behind you. It all pointed to heaven's orchestration. You will feel that moment again soon in a vision. You'll recognize the road, the exact second your fate was split in two timelines, one of loss, and one of divine protection. You live today because you walked the path of light. Archangel Michael says, the proof will continue to flow to you. Not through news headlines, but through whispered revelations, divine nudges, and perfect timing that only you can decode. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. Comment if you have ever walked away from something feeling you just escaped. Those are not coincidences. There is a prophetic witness assigned to your life. Someone who knew part of this before it happened. They will soon contact you, maybe casually, maybe emotionally, and they will say, I had a feeling about that day. Take their words seriously, heaven is using them to confirm your awareness. The angels guarding your destiny are not passive. They act, move, delay, expose, reroute, and elevate. And your protection is a living testament that divine positioning can never be overwritten by human strategy. The person who once stood beside you, pretending to care, has now switched sides, not spiritually, but morally. Their silence is loud. Their betrayal is documented in the spirit realm. They will begin to feel the consequences through loss of peace, constant paranoia, and unexplained breakdowns. You will hear about this person being unlucky soon. But don't rejoice. Just know, it's heaven closing the portals they tried to open against you. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The van used during the plotted incident was rented under a false name. But heaven has traced the real driver. His name is already recorded in the spiritual database, and his actions will be weighed in the balance of truth. The man has begun experiencing dreams he cannot explain, repeated images of your face, the curve in the road, and a burning vehicle. These are not hallucinations. They are echoes of a future that was rewritten to preserve your purpose. God's hand restructured reality for you in that moment. The street was meant to take you, but instead, it was transformed into a stage for divine intervention. What could have been your ending has now become your launching point. Every time you pass that location in the future, declare it a place of your victory. No more fear. That road bends now under your authority, not theirs. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. The woman involved is now being spiritually interrogated. Her dreams are no longer peaceful. Her reflection in mirrors flickers when she speaks your name. That's not superstition, it's divine evidence being projected back onto her energy. She won't admit what she knows just yet. But watch how she avoids you. How her presence shrinks when you enter. That's guilt, wrapped in spiritual exposure. Heaven is not done. There are still messages coming. You'll start finding things, notes, photos, memories, that suddenly make sense. You'll say, how didn't I see this before? But don't blame yourself. It wasn't time yet. Now it is. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Comment, I see now, if this resonates with signs you've been sensing for weeks. The road they chose wasn't just a physical one, it was symbolic. It was a road that represented transition, elevation, and future for you. They hoped that ending your journey there would curse your legacy. But instead, your legacy grew stronger. And now, every time you speak your truth, a part of their plan shatters. The satellite footage, though deleted, has been backed up in an unexpected place, in the drive of someone who once loved you. They don't know they hold the final piece. But soon, an angel will guide them to open it. What they see will shake them. And they will come to you with trembling hands. Not to beg, but to apologize. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Archangel Michael says, the season of silence is over. The truth is not waiting anymore. It is moving forward with power, exposing names, faces, timestamps, and hidden deals. Even your past phone calls are now spiritual records. Conversations where you casually said, "I feel strange about this road," are now proof of divine warning. Replay them. You'll hear heaven speaking through you. The devices used to track your location have become cursed. Anyone who touches them now feels drained. The energy attached to them was purified by angelic fire after you were delivered. Every sound you ignored, every delay you hated, every glitch you cursed, all of it was God's choreography. A divine dance of delays that pulled you out of destruction and set you gently into purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. This is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of your awareness. From now on, you will move differently. You will trust your pauses. You will know your inner voice is a guardian, not a guess. You will recognize setups even before they're complete. You are rising now. And the ones who tried to bury you under wreckage will have to watch as your light blinds their screens. The driver in that van? His name will be known soon. And the news will shock many. But not you. Because you were the one saved. You were the one God called out of that plan. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Comment, I was not supposed to go that day, if you felt your spirit being pulled away from something recently. More people are involved. This was a group decision, not just one person. But the ring has already been broken. Their energy no longer connects. Their codes have stopped syncing. Their fear is growing. You're safe. You're here. And this was your wake-up. Now, you're not just protected, you are activated. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.